Yo, what's happening, fam? We go techfriend.net/hackathon. This is kicking off today. TechFriend's Creator Hackathon. The TechFriend Creator Hackathon. Pretty much there's this hackathon that I've hosted. This is the first hackathon I've ever hosted, I think. So pretty much I'm just opening up people to be able to submit entries for this, where the theme is creator tools. So anything that will help a content creator, any tools to help them. I don't know, I haven't really set any prizes, though I definitely do want to give prizes. I'm not expecting too many people to join. I've talked to my friend Mike Bird, who's also a creator developer, and he seems pretty keen, and Ty Fierro as well. So even if it's just us three, I think we can make some cool stuff. So yeah, I'm going to start this project, a new project today, hopefully on stream, and we can see my process. I'm going to be using AI tools, AI coding tools to make it, no doubt, so we can both learn together. So TikTok Creator Hackathon, before I start I'm going to make a new tool for this hackathon. But before I do that, I actually have been creating this creator tool, this AI video editing tool, which I've teased a little bit on TikTok and stuff. So maybe we can build off something that's already existing. So like create high quality vertical quote videos, something like this. So let's see if we can, let's watch this demo. Maybe we can work off something like this or create something like this ourselves. Oh, so this is from pictures. But pretty much like TikTok videos are just videos with these captions on them, but let's have a look, because that's kind of the next step in my process. Srisha, I think Srisha is actually it's on my Discord. AI short creator. Awesome. Perfect. So this is kind
Oddly is going to be the future. Everyone knows that now. But we could see it in 14-15 because
this is sick. We could work off this. Let's see how complicated their code is. Also, what's their, do they have a license? No license normally means it's just like normal copyright. But here they got a license, MIT license. So I think you can use it for commercial use and stuff. So instead of building something from scratch, we could just work off this repository. Might do that. Shout out to Srisha. Pretty sure they're in my Discord. Let's clone this. Actually, let's fork this so I can actually make some edits myself. I'm gonna clone this now. Gonna go back here, get clone, boom. Something I like to do when I'm starting a project I don't understand is I'll open it, and then we're gonna use, actually I think my Aider is broken here, but let's try Aider with Gemini. Aider is broken. What I like to use is Aider with Gemini because it's free and it has a 1 million token context window. So you can pretty much safely add everything in the repository to the context. So now we have every single file in the repository to the context, and I'm gonna say analyze this repository and make a summary file repo brief.text. Let's go .mark go text, because this AI is actually kind of struggle with making markdown in Aider. It like the styling and stuff. Actually, it'll already be ruined because we have these. Okay, make it markdown, that's fine. Make a summary file repo brief markdown that shows explains how the repository works, the main files and methods with descriptions, and how the data flows through them. Okay, like that. Instead of me going through one by one all the files, just get Gemini to kind of how this whole works. Bios, what am I doing? I'm trying to create a tool for my hackathon where it helps creators create shorts, building off this existing repository that I haven't really looked at before. And instead of me analyzing all the code, I'm getting Gemini to kind of for us. Chilled Koala asked, do I have a YouTube channel? Yes, all my links are on techfriend.net. Go to techfriend.net and you can see the YouTube icon is up the top here. You can click that. Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, Discord, all there. Have a look. Adebayo says Aider or Cursor, which do I find better? I like Aider, but I'd recommend Cursor to most people. But if you want a little bit more like, if you're like experienced, I'd say Aider would be great. Okay, we have this repo brief.markdown now. Wants to add this to the Git repo? Yeah, why? So we got here. Am I running Gemini locally? No, I don't think that's possible. Using the Gemini API. Yo, Angus, what's up? Okay, we have the repo brief. Let me open that up now. You can go run. If you go /run on, let me put this up here so Might be easier. If you go /run on Aider, you can run any shell command just as normal. So if I go code repo brief, what was the code? Repo dash brief. Brief.md will open this up in VS Code. Code is like a CLI command for opening up VS Code. And then here we go. This is the video brief. Whoops. The video brief right here. And I think I have put it here. This repository contains code for an AI-powered tool, can turn long videos to shorts, data flow and key files. Okay, downloaded.py downloads a YouTube video based on a provided URL. Okay, so this works off YouTube videos. Downloads a YouTube video in MP4 format, extracts the audio from the downloaded video as an MP3. Okay, so it's a method that turns the video to MP3 audio. And then we use stable TS to extract subtitles from the audio file. Okay. It uses transcript analysis to extract the subtitles to identify viral sections. Okay, so this already clips. So this is a bit overkill compared to what I want. Video cutter cuts down the downloaded video based on the timestamps. Face.py. This is what I'm kind of in, is how they do the face recognition. I maybe want to work on my app is like face, and putting that in the vertical file. Like my kind of clips, it's take my face from the bottom right corner and put that with whatever we're showing in the middle here. So this might not work off of this app. I might make a new one from scratch, but it would be interesting to have a look at face.py to kind of how that works. Yeah, see if I can open that one. Is it just, where is face.py? Oh, it's just here. Okay. Run code face.py. Let's open up that. Okay, .py. Let's see what they use. CV2. I'm pretty sure this is an MTCNN. So I think this is what they're using for face detection. Let's see, detector faces. Yeah. Each frame detect faces. Cool. Let's have an ask with perplexity. Let's do some research. Let's say compare MTCNN. Was that what it's called? MTCNN. CNN is convolutional neural network. Other options for detecting faces in... All right, let's get a little bit of a SWOT analysis going here. So MTCNN has high accuracy, scalability, and landmark detection, but it's slower compared to some alternatives. Okay. We have OpenCV HAR cascade, which is fast and simple, generally lower accuracy. I think I'd prefer speed over accuracy for my like the face should be pretty easy to distinguish, like nothing around my face, it's just kind of around green. Accuracy, so here we go, performance comparison. I love this kind of perplexity thing. Speed, moderate, fast, very fast. Okay, so Salient is the fastest. It's a newer contender that utilizes advanced techniques to achieve fast and accurate. Okay. Weakness is it's less widely adopted because it's newer. I mean, I'm kind of to just try it out, like, because like it's more of like a learning experiment as well. So my 3mm asks, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to make like kind of help my video creation process, make the vertical a lot faster with like recognition and stuff. Kind of Salah's project was. Try to make yourself projects, these pre-made and fastest way to learn. Yes. Yeah. But yeah, checking out this Salient SDK. So if you guys just tuned in, we did a bit of a perplexity research to compare options for detecting faces in Python. We got this really nice performance comparison, and it seems like Salient is the fastest option, but it's and less widely adopted. So I'm just checking their docs to see like, is it possible to do this? Will the LLM know about this? Like, how old is this? It's 2 years old, so we should be able to... I mean, it seems the docs are so shit. Like, press sample code, 404. So, I don't know. Face detection with 7 lines in Python. Let's have a look at this. 404. Bro, okay. So this is a big red flag. Their docs are missing. So, low key, I might not use this. Alright. Let's just use, what was the other fastest? This one, OpenCV HAR cascade. Let's have a Google search for that. Wait, actually, let's see what Perplexity thinks. Can you give Python code examples for Salient versus and OpenCV HAR cascade? All right, let's have a look at maybe Perplexity can find the code for us. OpenCV HAR cascade looks like this. So there's a file, load face detection, it seems. Start the video capture, read the frame, convert frame to grayscale, detect faces in grayscale, draw a bounding box. Salient, import salient, initialize, model detect. Okay, if it's that easy to use Salient, I might still give it a try. I create the project now. Create a new repository. How do I do that? Here, create new repository. All right, we're gonna call this real maker. Wait, no, we're gonna go long to short vid. wait, landscape vid to portrait. Okay, that's what we're going with. All right, let's clone this. Clone. Let's initialize Aider. Just use Aider with Sonnet. Sonnet is super smart. I'm gonna say create a Python script that we can import a local video file, and it detects faces using Salient. Here is the sample code. All right, we're gonna do this one step at a time. We'll just use this sample Salient code, Python, and we also want to create upload a file. So this says have the path to the file. I don't want to do a CLI, so I'm going to give it some feedback. Not do the pip installs. I'm going to say create requirements.txt for the, also have some GUI to import video instead of using CLI. There we go. Just some basic here for Aider. Very simple. I have no that Sonnet can handle all of my requests here really easily. Here we go. We've got the requirements.txt and the changes here, and then it's going to pip install requirements.txt. Yes, please. Matching distribution for Salient. Okay. They remove. There's a chance that Salient actually removed their module from pip or some shit. That's why everything's 404ing. What Perplexity thinks about that. Did they just deprecate their own? Is it deprecated? Yes. Okay. All right. Let's use MTCNN. Refactor to use MTCNN instead of Salient for face detection. We should have probably guessed that Salient went deprecated because everything was 404ing. But should be a pretty easy refactor anyway here for Sonnet. What solution are we AIing today? I'm trying to create a script or software to take long form videos to short form, but already clipped long form. So it won't do the clipping, it'll just like the placement, I guess. Am I using Salient for face detection? I was trying to, but like it's deprecated. So now we're using MTCNN, and it seems like it's a big package. All right, let's see if it runs. This is our first time running this using TensorFlow. All right, let's open a video. Where can I find a good video? Something small here. We'll do this 19-second video. Hopefully that has a face in it. Probably. There we go. Hey! And then it's able to find my face with 100% accuracy. That's really good. Now the question is like, how will it know which face to pick? So I'm gonna update the code here. How do we quit this? Oh shit, I accidentally closed the whole thing. But that's fine. Use Gemini again because it's free, and I have no doubt that Gemini will be able to handle my next request. So pretty much what I'm gonna say now is make it so that the biggest face detected has a red bounding box. Pretty much, yeah. There'll be cases where we find multiple faces, and usually the bigger face will be me. Usually, not all the time, but usually. So I think that's what we're gonna go with. I can't think of any other logic that will determine me. Oh, I guess the one that's in the bottom right corner. Maybe you should have done that. I don't know. That's the thing. These things change, and if I wanted to make it for everyone, then yeah, there you go. There. Gemini did that so well. We got my face in the bottom right corner. Sorry, everyone on TikTok actually couldn't see that. But yeah, my face is red. Everyone else's face, well, I guess it's still my face, but not the real one, is blue. And for some reason, it thinks the OBS face is a face as well, which is pretty funny. Okay, that shit, close. Excellent. So we have a very first step of my thing. Let's go get push and let's see if that pushed it. No, it would be really good if we did some, I'm trying to say here, we did some testing. Like, I think test-driven development with Aider is super powerful. So if there was a way to do that, it would be super cool. Yeah. Right, where do we go from here? We have face detection. Do we start creating shorts now? I think so. We think that Gemini can handle this. I also think so. We want to output a new video which takes the area around the big face red bounding box and places it in the bottom of we want to output a new video in vertical 9:16 180 x 1920, which takes the area of the area around the big face red bounding box and places it in the bottom of the video, at the top of the bottom of the vertical video. Takes, I think instead of takes, we're going to use crops the area around the big face red bounding box, place it in the bottom of the vertical video. The top of the video will be the remaining original video crop. Just give it that. Should have added numpy to the requirements.txt. That was a bit of a mistake here on Gemini's part, unfortunately. Whatever. Give it a go. You reckon this will work? First try? I'm kind of skeptical that this will work first try, but we'll give it a test. All right, I'm gonna upload the same 19-second video. I guess this is part of it. Oh wow, look, straight away it actually low-key worked. Kind of laggy, but low-key worked. Make it not render the video while processing, just show a progress bar in console, then the user for save location and render out the final file of the vertical video. Yo, Abdel, context. I'm making a software to take my landscape videos and turn them into vertical videos automatically. As part of a hackathon. I'm doing a hackathon, hosting one for creator tools. If you're interested to create tools for content creators, you go to techfriend.net/hackathon and you can submit one of your something. I don't know, anything really. It's pretty casual. Yeah, it'd be cool if we had more entrants as well. This is pretty sick. I'm pretty impressed. Like, I've been making so much cool software with AI. Like, that last video, that last tool I showed another tool earlier this, and it was created like with AI, like I barely did any coding. And this tool that I'm showing right here is created 100% with AI. I didn't do any coding. All right, let's try run that again. Let's see if we get the output video this time. Which AI am I using? So I'm using Gemini as an LLM and Aider as the agent. Here we go, we got the progress bar just like I asked for. Awesome, we'll let that progress. It seems kind of slow. It did 1 frame. Oh no, there we go. Just have to scroll. It's kind of like frame a second. It's very slow. I guess it is what it is. We'll let that go. It should be done in 22 seconds, I guess. Is what it is. Specific dome. Didn't get the idea. So from a short vid, you pick faces and drop the bottom of the video. So pretty much, look. Here's the idea. I have streams, right? Or just videos like this where it's my face. I don't know, let's just find a random video. That one. Here, look. Alright, so videos like this, right? And then my face is here and there's the main content here, and I want to turn that into videos like this, right? Where my face is on the bottom and the main content's up here. And instead of me manually clipping this on Premiere, I just want to put it into a software and get it to do it. Makes sense, right? I hope you understand the concept now. Yeah, very slow. Hopefully there's ways to optimize it. Paul says they strongly recommend Bolt for noobs. Yeah, Bolt, V0, GPT Engineer. These are all great noob tools. Aider definitely is something for more experienced people, for sure. Okay, so there's a thing called Ask in Aider. /ask, and it's good if you want to give it a prompt without it doing any code changes. Ask is really good, Use /ask in a way that a lot of people use /architect. So architect is kind of to architect the code before it makes the changes, but I like to do /ask, and I'll be like, right now the processing is very slow. How can we make this faster? Provide some options, provide some thoughts and options, and just give it to like some like before I get it to architect. And it kind of is a bit of architecting here. It's duplicate code, use GPU acceleration. Okay, so this is a big one. If we're not using GPU acceleration, and then we can kind of get to like like implement these changes, and then pretty much like it takes this, and because it's already like all this way better prompt than anything that I would have ever come up with. So you kind of ask to get like really good prompt given your really basic prompt, and then from that you just get it to just implement all the code. Yeah, go, and then we have our optimization hopefully. But we're gonna leave that. We won't. Oh, so now it's using TensorFlow GPU. I don't know if that's a good idea. We'll find out. We're gonna leave this. This is currently taking a long time. Is that 8 minutes? So it's taken over 8 minutes to process a 14-second video. That's definitely way too long. Pacific Dome says, what did I use to create the song? This is Suno. SUNO.com. Did you like the song? Let's play it again. Oh, here we go. Save that MP4. Hey, it's laggy and there's no sound. No. Okay. Here's what I asked for. My face at the bottom, the rest of the video at the top. There's two issues. One is the top video is stretched. We don't want that. We just want it to crop without stretching. Second issue is it's jittery and there's no sound. But yeah. Hoodie says, do you have a video tutorial for using Aider? I do. It's slightly outdated. I'm actually in the process of making a new one, but if you go on YouTube and you search Aider Tech Friend, you can see my old video here. Tips and example use. This is a pretty good basic tutorial. Like I do cover all the basic stuff, but I am in the process of making a new tutorial as well. But I want to go a bit more in depth with that, so it's taking a little bit more time. That took 11 minutes to process the 14-second video. Now, I did ask for some optimizations. Let's see how fast it runs with the optimizations. The next theme, let me know. We could also make it open-ended, like submit anything. That's also a potential thing as well. Alright, nice. It finally works now. Let's try upload a video. Upload that same 14-second video, 19-second video, and see how long this one takes. The last one took, oh, this is way faster. The last one took 8 minutes. I can already tell you this one is faster. Should take, at this rate, 30 seconds. Pacific Dome is building a real estate SaaS product. Do I fill the team up? Oh, I don't have much time to team up on something like that, but thanks for the suggestion. If you're looking for people to help you collab, Pacific as well, I have a collab channel in my Discord now. You can put something here, be like looking for someone to help me with my real estate thing or whatever. Oh, sweet. That was so much faster. All right, save to. Oh, there's another separate processing for rendering. I guess that makes sense. And we're done. Let's see how this one looks. Okay, that's way faster, which is good. I hope it still, I don't know, worked at least similarly. Here we go, save to. Oh my god, okay. Definitely worse, but it's close. It seems like every second frame is correct. But yeah, a bit of debugging to do, but it's definitely processed a lot faster. Sorry if anyone has epilepsy. We'll quit that. But yeah, progress. Gonna push this, and I think I might leave developing that till later. Is there some other Aider things I could show, like voice command? Let's try the voice command. I'm gonna clear this voice. It seems like every second frame the video isn't the cropped video. Can we make some changes to make it less choppy? For instance, one thing is, instead of changing the bounding box location every frame, let's change it every like seconds to update where the face was. Otherwise, just keep it on the first frame face detection location. So if you can determine why it's flicking different videos every second frame, that would be great. Yeah, so you can use voice to input your prompt to Ada, just go by /voice, and it just transcribes everything you said and sends that to the bot. Isn't Ada supposed to debug and rerun? Yes, you can turn on auto test and stuff, but by default that is not on. Also, we didn't get any errors that time either. So it doesn't really know what's wrong unless you set up testing. And that's another thing that I keep going back to. I'm not very good at it, but if you do test-driven development with Ada, it'll be super powerful. Why not turn it on? I said I didn't do test-driven development like I should have. I don't know, I just like quickly prototyping things, getting things out fast. And it's just pretty easy to just press yes or no a lot of the time. And another reason why you might not want to turn it on is if you know that it's going in loops or going in circles, prevent that a lot easier, save some money by having it off. Do advise having it on? Yes. If you have tests, and you know what you're doing, I'd advise having it on. Otherwise, like, you get way more control if you just leave it off. And I think at the start, leave it off so you kind of get an idea for how Ada behaves. And then once you're comfortable and you just want to let it go by itself, then turn it on. How much does Ada roughly cost per hour? Great question. It really depends on how big your code base is and how much of that you're putting into context and like model you're using and how fast it is. So pretty much like the best model, but like also so fast and expensive, is Sonnet. And if you have a really big code base, you could easily spend like every minute, maybe not every minute, $5 every 5 minutes easily if you just keep having it on with like a big code base. But obviously I don't spend that much. I try to be a bit more conservative. I try to use Gemini when I can. See what the updated video looks like. I just ran it again. Oh, awesome. That's way better. Look at that. No more jitteriness. That prompt actually helped so much. A bit slower and there's no audio, but everything else looks pretty much as I expected. That's great. Gemini's code sucks. Yeah, definitely way worse than Sonnet, but it's still good for basic stuff or just like non-coding tasks as well.
Any tips for graduate students who is struggling to land a job? I'm struggling.
Kind of this tip much as I can, and like there's like a bunch of things. First of all, you need to kind of your skills, I guess. And for me personally, the best way is like for work that you've done, so projects, GitHubs, open source contributions, stuff like that. And then once you have that, you got to start networking and getting the word out there. So that's like active on social media, attending events, up for jobs. But yeah, I heard it's been pretty hard, especially for junior graduate devs. And I think it depends on like where you're from as well. Like places have a lot of hackathons, like you're in like San Francisco and stuff, involved in that could be helpful. Yeah, it's pretty good. Like not just applying for jobs on LinkedIn, but like people that work in the jobs that you are interested in, like them engaging with their posts, like that kind of networking. Just like get the word out that you're a competent developer will definitely increase your chances. I don't know, these are some tips. Says, did you unlist yesterday? Yeah, I've been unlisting all my recent YouTube vids lives, because I'm going to be like them as normal videos edited, because people watch the streams and they're not like that well, like a lot of boring parts. So see here, like video did really well because it's just my normal live stream edited down, all the silences are removed. Like I think it's a lot more engaging normally. Kind of what I'm going for at the moment. But yesterday's one, like audio wasn't great, so I think I'm just gonna mostly leave that unlisted. What other languages do I know? I mainly work with days like things with LLMs are in Python, so I've been using a lot of Python. Still not as good as the PS2 video. Yeah, of course, that one is very popular because Botrix shows all the links, so it's just unlisted. So as long as you find all the links by Botrix. Wait, maybe if you search tech, yeah, search TechFriend is live on my Discord, and you can find all the links to all the previous streams unedited. So yeah, if you want to see them, that's one way you can see all the previous live streams unedited. I'm gonna have them I don't want it to come up on the algorithm. I don't think people like them as much generally. They think they like, because it comes up on the browse page of YouTube and then people click on it thinking it's like a nice edited vid, but then they find it's not, and it kind of think it like my algorithm thing anyway. But yeah, like you want to see them, you can just do what I just showed. So yeah. Any lights for small paid projects? Oh, that's a good question. Honestly, I'm not too sure. There are like bounties. I don't know. I haven't really heard any success stories or negative stories about this, but there are Replit bounties, which could be good. Seems like there's small jobs here. Yeah, maybe just check out this. I think there's other similar sites to Replit bounties, but this seems pretty good. I thought I saw some testing on Gemini context window. Despite it being 1 mil, it misses stuff. Have I experienced this? Yeah. So what I've seen is Gemini is good at needle in the haystack for like one particular thing in a large amount of context, but it struggles when it's trying to like multiple things from a large context and like use them together. That was my understanding. So obviously it's not going to be perfect. I think it's pretty good at like finding one thing. At what point do you think we would not need developers at all? I don't think that'll ever happen, but like over time the landscape will change from like coding to more engineering, if that makes sense. So you don't really need to know the syntax and everything's getting more abstracted and you just kind of get it through logically. That's the kind that's been happening for the past like years. Claude versus ChatGPT for coding? Definitely Claude. 3.5. Whew. Way, it's like the best coding model by far. Like Claude 3.5 Sonnet came out, it was so much better than everything. Now other things have caught up slightly, but like 3.5 Sonnet still ahead, and now Claude 3.5 Haiku is still pretty good too, really good too. Did I sell the things I built right now? A lot of my things are open source, but recently I've made this video editing tool that I have closed source and I'm planning to sell, but it's not just not ready, it's not stable yet. How much Bitcoin do I own? I don't know. It would be wait, what's 5 grand? It's like 80 grand. 0.05, I think. 0.05, I think. Is GitHub Copilot overrated compared to GPT-4? You're comparing a software system on top of an LLM, so it's not really a fair comparison there. What topics do I look into to understand what's happening here specifically? Look AI coding AI, pretty much. Do I use Ada or Gemini or Claude? Mostly Claude, but when something really simple or needs large context and just to give me like a summary, I use Gemini. Happy Sunday, thank you. It's actually Monday here in Australia, but appreciate coming through. Looks like mids. Okay, I don't know if I want to take this further today. I'm actually pretty happy with how that turned out and how easy it was to create just like a concept that's like, I'd say like 30 to 40% of the way there to what I want. Yeah. How my hourly costs right now with the current setup. We can actually check how much this session cost. So can we control F? How do we control shift F? Go clear. Okay, so I ran clear. So that session was 15 cents, but that's after I did clear. 15 cents. Yeah, pretty cheap actually. Yeah, it's the code base is really small. Like this whole thing was 15 cents. That's because, look, if you go /tokens on Ader, it gives you a breakdown of all the context and how much everything costs. So the system messages, this is kind of like, you can't change this, it's just Ader system prompts. That's like 0.5 cent. Chat history, you can use /clear to remove the chat history. In the session that was 0.7 cents. Requirements text is really small. Requirements text are the modules for Python. And yeah, this is my main file. My main file is really small, only 1,000 tokens and 0.3 cents. And altogether, it's about 1 cent per prompt. So it's cheap for this. But, you know, I have other projects where my main file is like 20,000 and that is probably 20 times 3 cents. So about 6 cents per. So it does get more expensive the bigger code base you have. So it's like pretty good practice if you can modularize your code into separate files and only add into context the files that are necessary for the change you want. How much do I spend on AI tools per month? I mean, month, not much. Last month, I think, what did I pay for? Like, I don't have a ChatGPT subscription. I don't have a Claude subscription. I'm just paying for APIs. Last month, I barely used anything. But this month, man, I went ham on the latest like software they made. I spent like 10 a day at least on Anthropic credits. So it's really fluctuating, and I just pay as you go with API tokens. Yeah, man, it's gonna keep getting better, Zahir. You're right. Do you have to pay Aider, or do you pay each API? Yeah, no, Aider is free and open source. You just pay for your API usage. When you say larger code base costs more, is that a flat rate? No, it scales with your code. So as you saw, like 1,000 is 0.3 cents, and then the more tokens you give, the more it costs. Like that's how these coding, like, so you go to artificial analysis /host, you can see all the different models and how much they cost. I'll make it like this. So for instance, you can see like Sonnet is about $6 blended input and output. Haiku $2, 4.0 is $4, 4.0 mini 26 cents. I think 4.0 mini is actually a really good model for its price. Like 26 cents is really good. There's also DeepSeek, which is actually a really good coding model for its price as well. 17 cents, even cheaper than 4.0 mini. It's amazing. I definitely recommend trying DeepSeek if you can. Although it's just sometimes doesn't conform to the search replace blocks and stuff. Gemini is free a lot of the time. Wait, does it? How much is it when it's not free? Ooh, $2. I guess it's kind of expensive. What about Flash? Oh, Flash is super cheap. Or something else to consider. Do I use Cursor? Yeah, Cursor's great. But I'm using Aider a lot right now. Is Aider that much better than Cursor, where it's worth the extra effort and manual typing? It depends. I think if you know what you're doing and you're more experienced, yeah, Aider is probably better. But for most people, Cursor is better for sure. 17 cents and it's on par with 4.0 mini. DeepSeek? I think DeepSeek Coder is better than 4.0 mini. It's not as fast, but definitely better at coding. Studying at Sheffield College and started to code, but I don't understand. What can I do? You gotta keep learning, keep practicing. Eventually you'll understand more. Obviously when you just start, you're not going to understand. It's not magic. You just got to keep, man, I've been coding for pretty much my whole life. So there you go. Why is Cursor free? Cursor is not free. They have a free trial. Why do they provide it for free? Obviously because it gives you less of a barrier to entry. And once you try it and see how good it is, you'll be willing to pay. That's kind of like a marketing strategy. Slower but higher quality, definitely worth it. Yeah, definitely. I agree. Is Aider just for console-based apps? No. It can do anything. Any coding. Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm gonna slowly do an outro. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, it's gonna be a thank you and goodbye chat. We have Suno. Linux better for coding? I think so. Like the Linux is so great, but you also get that with Mac. But at the end of the day, it's not really that much different. Linux, Unix, or Microsoft, I'd say, is always kind of like a bit behind for coding. But at the end of the day, it's not that different. What's the best distro? I have no idea about Linux distros, to be honest. I think if you're a noob, like Ubuntu. Can I teach you how to create a paragraph in HTML? No, but Chat can really easily. I definitely recommend learning with ChatGPT, Bossy. Lazy recommends Cachy OS, CACHY-OS, as a Linux distro. Lazy is a Linux pro. Thank you guys so much for joining.